Hello everybody, my name is Kazimali Momin and today we are going to discuss about authentication technologies. So let's start. So what is authentication? Authentication is the process of identifying users that request access to any particular system, network or device. Access to users is granted by determined according to the credentials like usernames and passwords. So why is exactly authentication important? Because authentication keeps unauthorized users from accessing sensitive information. For example, a particular user can only see some relevant information about another user and can't see sensible information like their email or their account details, etc. There are many types of authentication, but we are going to discuss some common types which are mainly used everywhere. So there are password based authentication, then certificate based authentication, biometrics, and multi-factor authentication. So number one on the list, we have password based authentication. Passwords are the most common method of authentication. They are used everywhere, and the passwords can be in the form of string of letters, numbers, or special characters. Now, पासवर्ड्स आर यूज कॉमनली. सो अब कोई अटैकर चाहे तो उससे ब्रूट फोर्स या डिक्शनरी अटैक करके उससे इजीली उसको क्रैक कर सकता है. So it is recommended to make complex password using all set of combinations that are available, all options available. Now, next, an average person has 25 different accounts across the internet, but only 54% of which users they make reliable passwords and different combinations across all their accounts. Rest use the same passwords, so it is very vulnerable for them. Second on the list, we have multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is an authentication method that requires two or more independent ways to identify a user. So, for example, generating code on smartphones, captcha tests, or fingerprint or voice recognition, etc. Now, MFA authentication, or it is also known as two-factor authentication, it increases the confidence of users by adding multiple layers of security, and it makes sure that the users को security मिलती है ज़्यादा. MFA may be a good defense against most अकाउंट हैक्स. ये ऑनलाइन अकाउंट हैक्स के सामने अच्छी अपनी स्ट्रेटजी हो सकती है, मगर फिर भी उसके खुद के डाउनफॉल्स भी है. पीपल में, फॉर एग्जांपल, पीपल में लूज देयर सिम कार्ड और स्मार्टफोन्स और सिम कार्ड, सो दे कैन नॉट जनरेट ऑथेंटिकेशन कोड. नेक्स्ट वी हैव certificate based authentication. Certificate based authentication technologies identify users, machines or devices by using digital certificates. A digital certificate is like a user's driver's license or passport or any other Aadhaar card or etc. Now, users provide their digital certificate when they sign into a server. The server then checks the credibility of the security of the signature, digital signature, and then it makes sure it confirms it with the certificate authority. The server then uses cryptography to confirm that the user has a correct private key associated with the certificate. Next, last not the least, but we have biometric authentication. Biometric authentication is a security process that relies on the unique biological characteristics of an individual, which are generally face recognition or fingerprint, etc. The most common biometric types used are fingerprint scanners, facial recognition, voice recognition, eye scanners, etc. So coming to an conclusion, authentication technology is always changing. Businesses have to move beyond passwords and think about more enhanced method of authentication like biometrics. So, like using biometrics, you can level up your game in security and make sure that your system or your any device is secure and is less vulnerable. वो कम हैकेबल हो, कम हैक करने के चांसेस उसके कम हो सकते हैं. और as a result of enhanced authentication methods and technologies, attackers will not be able to exploit passwords and breach a data breach, and it can also prevent a data breach or data leaks, etc. Thank you very much.